Welcome to 16-Bit Rivals, episode 18, with myself, Flawed Gamer, Mr. Ridgers,
hello,
and Callum.
Hi.
How are we, gentlemen? How are we doing?
not bad at all.
Bad, good. It's always difficult to get that preamble where because we have a conversation and then to start almost cold. But no, it's all going good. It's blooming hot in this room, and yeah, we're doing well. How has our week's gone? Ridgers, you've done a bit of streaming.
Yeah,
And so have you, Callum?
a little bit. One day. Well, Sunday and Tuesday, wasn't it?
That's 2 days, Ridgers. Maths, come on
Yeah.
now.
Maths.
Well, I don't. Monday's the week for me. I don't count Sunday.
But within the last 7 days.
Well, yeah,
you know.
okay. Okay.
Come on now.
We are recording on a different day of the week.
Yeah.
Not quite sure yet.
Have a guess.
Have a guess. Yeah, have a guess when it is. Can you see the crosses on my calendar at the back?
Yeah.
I don't have a calendar.
It's
I don't know what I'm
It's
counting
been
down.
busy work week. Tiring.
Yeah,
Glad
we're
it's the
actually
weekend.
all pretty tired, so you're gonna have to bear with us on this one. It's late here in the UK, or lateish anyway, for some elderly gentlemen like ourselves.
Yeah.
How's your week been, Cal? You've
Yeah,
done a
not
bit
bad.
of that old streaming thing as well, haven't you?
Of course. When don't I do a bit of the old streaming thing? Yeah. No, it's been an all right week. It's been an all right week. Ups and downs and middles. So
Middles.
you know, it's had the lot. It's had the lot. How's your week been,
I
Flood?
like the middles. My week has been very busy. Very busy, yes. I've done a bit of gaming.
Any wardrobe mishaps?
Yeah, I see. My wardrobe kind of exploded in the middle of the night. I have one of those for chat. For chat. Like, there's no chat.
Oh, streamer Flaud's back. Flaud is back, everyone. Hi, chat.
For the audience, basically, I had one of those fabric wardrobes, and I thought I want to buy a really nice wardrobe so that it can fit along the back wall. And I thought, in the meantime, I'll get one of these cheap fabric wardrobes. And I was lying in bed, and then I heard like a creak, and then it literally just imploded. A bit of the stick flew out, smacked me in the head, and the clothes have now littered on the floor. And actually,
he's now got a floor rope.
But
the clothes are flawed, clean or otherwise, and it's been that way for a couple of days.
You could also have a double floor rope if you put all the clothes on you.
Yeah, I could do. Yeah,
Good point.
flawed on flawed and flawed, but yeah. At the moment, things seem to be falling apart around my very eyes, and
dear.
I am gonna definitely rectify that hopefully in the near future.
You know the old phrase though, Flaud. At least your fridge works. That's what I always say. At least your fridge works.
Yeah, my fridge is broken as well.
Where are you going to put your clothes now?
I
Can't
don't
you put them in the fridge?
Oh, I don't know. Life's playing little tricks. You know, life will always play little tricks on you, and we have to just sometimes smile and laugh and ride the waves. And I've crashed through these waves many times this week, and probably will crash through them next week as well. Yeah. So, but we've got some great plans. We are actually planning as a threesome to go meet up again and attend what the young'uns call like a convention. Is that what they call it?
I don't think the young'uns call it
Oh, no,
conventions.
yeah, they
I
probably
think it's
don't.
more the old'uns.
Yeah,
I
or
think the young'uns call it a con, don't they?
Yeah,
I
that's
believe.
probably con. Yeah,
Mm.
my mistake. I'm definitely not up with the young.
My term of con is when you pull in one on top. You know, a con.
Pardon?
Oh yeah,
You're doing what? Sorry? Oh my word!
Pulling a con.
Oh.
So,
Ocean's
this is
11.
This is a PG-rated stream. Which is
Good gracious.
So yeah, we are planning.
It's not a stream, by the way. It's not a stream. I'm so desperate to stream.
I'm not. Claude is never coming back to streaming. Let's just put that out there. Right?
That's the second hint. It's the second hint for his big return.
There's no return, and even if there was a return, it certainly wouldn't be big. But
another hint.
We're coming to a con, and we are actually going to watch a Mario movie because
we love Mario.
Coincidentally, the con is on at the same time as the Mon. Mario. It didn't work. It didn't work. Sorry.
It didn't work.
Yeah. Something like that.
Something like that. But yeah.
It was a good attempt.
So we are on episode 18. And I want to start talking. I had the pleasure of having Callum stay at Casa Flawed. And why were you staying at Casa Flawed other than to see Flawed? Callum's had a hell of a week. Oh, actually, it's gone past the week, but
yeah, I'm old news now. I'm old news. I went to your house, Flawed, because I really wanted to finally see a functioning fridge and wardrobe. And unfortunately, at the time, I only got to see one of those things. Since then, it would have been zero. But we joined each other to go down to Slough. People who have listened to the pod before and heard me talk about my Football Manager save with Slough Town. Two worlds collided a couple of weeks ago, and I'm very fortunate that Flawed lives nearer to Slough than I do. Not giving away any geography there, but nearer to Slough than I do. So we came together and we thought, why not? Let's go to the game, and so we did. And it was the most surreal day of my life, probably. It was very, very weird. I genuinely felt like a celebrity. And it was mad. It was mad. I mean, you can say it's awful. You're obviously there, weren't you, for the day? Like, Slough were amazing.
They were really, really welcoming. And I mean, I felt welcomed and I felt kind of special. And I was just the tag-along, taking the photos and just sort of hanging around Callum, really. And it was really they treated us really, really well, and
they did.
And they did some special things. They went out of their way for you, didn't they, Callum? Like literally non-stop to go out of the way to make sure to include you in things that they didn't need to do, but they went above and beyond. And I fake them from me, and obviously Cal is still talking with them. But it was great to obviously see you again, and it was great to hang out, and we played some games as well, and we did a lot of Slough stuff throughout the day, and enjoyed a beer with the team, and watched a fantastic game of football as well. More important, I was not expecting the fantastic game of football. I'll be honest, that was the biggest. Almost as big a surprise as the rest of it. Sorry, Slough. I should no disparaging Slough, but I didn't expect.
Was it the biggest game of football? I mean, it wasn't as if there was 9 men on the one team and 11 on the other, and they went on to get a draw.
Yeah.
Well, it's funny you say that, actually, Richard, because that's exactly what happened.
Wow. Yeah, exactly. They went down to 9 men.
Flawed, did you see as well that the second red card got rescinded?
I saw, yeah.
Yeah, of course you did. You're a huge Slough fan.
I am a huge Slough fan.
But yes, I mean, this isn't a football podcast, so I won't go into it too much. But basically, as Flawed said there, they couldn't have been more accommodating. If they were down the road from me, I would have bought a season ticket there and then, because it was just like everyone is so lovely at the club. I mean, there were Aid and Connor who were sort of helping us throughout most of the day. As you say, went above and beyond, and it was just so bizarre. I genuinely now felt like a celebrity. It was just the most bizarre thing. I was being treated like I would imagine someone who's actually important would be treated at a football club. And it was just crazy. And because I did being on Football Manager, sometimes I'll put on a suit for a big game. And I did a poll on Twitter, but the day before, saying, what shall I wear? Shall I wear the Slough shirt, the mystery shirt, the away shirt, or a suit? And obviously, the suit was a resounding winner, as I was expecting. So I thought, you know what? Yeah, I'll commit to it. I'll look like an idiot. I'll wear it before the game, and then I'll get changed. That was the plan. And it was a freezing day, wasn't it? And I kept in the suit jacket and the shirt, and I was very, very cold. But I was like, you know what? I've just committed to it. And people thought I was the new owner because there's rumors that they're being bought out. And so Aid kept coming up to me and going, people genuinely think you're buying the club. Like they really think you are there to buy the club. And I think that's partly why everyone was so nice to me, perhaps. But it was just so brilliant. It was such a great day.
And like I say, this has come from playing a game, and it's a really good. It's really good for the game. It's really good for the community, and it's really good for you as well. And it just come. Like I say, Slough went above and beyond, and they didn't need to engage with you at all. Really, and they rolled out the red carpet. And I'd like to add as well,
yellow carpet.
Yellow carpet. They were great top to bottom, and this includes the players and the backroom staff and the fans as well.
Yeah,
and the fans just some of them would recognise Cal from the stream, and he was getting like pulled left, right, so we met the chairman, who was a lovely chap.
Yeah,
there is so many stories. Obviously, we could just talk endlessly about them, and we won't. But like, Cal's doing some really big things in the Football Manager community. I don't know if this has ever happened before, but because we're 16-bit rivals and Cal is our family, it's never happened before. He is the only one to transcend the barrier and go to the football club that he is managing on Football Manager. The only one. I repeat, the only one. And I don't think it will ever be repeated again.
No, it's definitely the only time it'll ever be done. I would say though, if you play the game, if you play Football Manager, and you can, like, I know some people manage teams all over the world, but if you're in the country your team's in, go and watch them. Like forget the fact that Slough were incredible with me. Just the fact we went down to the stadium was amazing. Like, to be able to see the ground, see the players in the flesh and that sort of thing, see how intimate, in non-league football is in comparison to Premier League football as well. I've been to non-league football before, but Slough was just felt that little bit more into it. You could hear everything that was being said on the pitch. They could hear everything that was being said in the stands. Like, there's magic to non-league football. And as I said before, I really do wish they were nearer, because I'd go every week. I really would. I'd go every week.
And I think that a 16-bit it's actually Ridge's birthday. If you're wondering why Ridges wasn't there, it was because it was his birthday and he was celebrating with his family. It's not that we just went, let's not include Ridges.
Do it without him.
It's
they were like, he's just going to show us all up.
It would have been great to have all of us there.
It would have.
It would have been fun to come.
So, but obviously, like I said before, we have got stuff planned, and there's no saying that in the future we can't go and watch another Slough game in the FA Cup final.
Of course, yeah, agreed. They'll probably get there this season.
They will, yeah. I mean, they've been on a bit of a run since you.
They have undefeated up the Slough.
Exactly.
Well,
so yeah,
it's because they know that if they fail, they've got a replacement manager in the wings.
Yeah, exactly. I'm ready. I'm ready to make them fail in the playoffs year after year.
Yeah, that's it.
I think they take the playoffs.
Yeah, true. They probably would.
Yeah. But it was great fun, and look forward to more. And you can catch Cal obviously see how he's doing with his Slough.
The way it's going, we might see them play Torquay.
Yeah, potentially.
Torquay are playing terrible. They're in relegation.
So it could be, and they would obviously go into the south, wouldn't they? So
they would go into the south.
Would be Slough Torquay, yeah. Maybe that's the game we go to.
Maybe some exciting stuff coming up, very soon. Actually, very very soon. So, Richards, you've been doing a bit of Pokemon. Has Pikachu invited you to the Pikachu house?
No, the little yellow mouse hasn't invited me anywhere now.
And you are nearing the end, or have you finished?
No, we failed against the Elite Four on Tuesday. We weren't prepared. The bugs got splattered.
You almost got there.
Yeah.
It was close. Considering the level difference, you were close, I think.
Yeah.
Failed to prepare.
Well, no, I did.
I
didn't prepare enough. I gambled, and then it come to a point where I could have beat the fourth member of the Elite Four, but I would not have gone through the next battle. So I kind of went, well, let's lose.
So are we completing it this week?
Well, yeah, hopefully we're going to finish it. Yeah, and then move on.
And what about? I was just going to ask.
I am not entirely sure what we're going to do yet.
Plan to fail.
So
fail to plan.
exactly.
Oh, the other way around. Sorry.
So I've got to do a poll. We either continue to bug run and go for complete Pokemon dominance of the bug, and we visit one of the other regions, whether it be Pearl or Sword, or we go, now that I have myself a Game Boy player for the GameCube, and I've got a HDMI link, we could play something like Leaf Green or something along that run. So, yeah.
Okay. So, well,
I think I would quite like to work my way back now and do Sword next, and then maybe visit the Pearl or Diamond and Pearl.
Can I say, Ridges? I think if that's what you want to do, don't do a poll and just do it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I think Sword would be great viewing. Dadson will still watch if it's bugs. So he loves the bugs.
Well, I don't want to do too much bug, but I might do that next, and then I will move on to because so there's ROMs that I'm going to order a ROM called Pokemon Resolute. It's one of the ones I've been looking at, and you can get it physically. And it's got Mega Evolutions. It's a new story. It's a new region, and it's on Game Boy Advanced, so I can play it and stream it. So I'm going to order Resolute, and I might do one more bug, switch over to Resolute, play that normally, and then go to another bug just to fresh it up a little bit, and then eventually try and tick off every region as the bug champion. So
nice.
That's my plan.
Well, that's good. So we have a plan. We do have a plan.
Yeah.
Exactly. So you said you didn't, but actually you have quite a detailed plan. You have multiple detailed plans.
It's like the villain at the end of the story just can't help spill the plan.
I must admit, the more I've played Scarlet and Violet, though, I know this isn't on topic, and I apologize, but I'll be quick. The more I've played Scarlet and Violet, the more I think I prefer Sword and Shield.
Yeah, I kind of agree with you.
I disagree purely because I actually completed Scarlet Violet, and
but you
didn't
do Sword and Shield.
I played.
I don't know. I mean, it's the only time I completed it was on stream through my Nuzlocke, and Nuzlocke in a game does give you a completely different side to a Pokemon game than normal playthrough. But I just think, I don't know. I think they did Sword and Shield right, and I think there's lots of elements that Scarlet and Violet haven't done right. I don't know. I just think Sword and Shield's a better game, but I don't know. That's a topic for another day, I suppose.
Controversial, maybe.
Perhaps.
I don't know. Perhaps. So yeah, I will quickly talk about Octopath Traveler. So I did a video. Do not sleep on Octopath Traveler 2. I freaking love this game. I absolutely love this game.
I actually thought you were going to say, so much. I've slept on it.
No, I haven't.
Broke the case.
I have.
Unbelievable.
I have completed now 2 of the 8 Travelers as stories.
Wow.
And I just could. And to be honest, I was at that stage where I was just enjoying playing the game that I actually forgot to do any of the story missions. And the story missions are set like so. Chapter 2, you might need to be level 8, and I'm like level 70, going, I probably should have done that earlier in the game, so it was a bit of a challenge. Because then I go back to chapter 2 and I just go clap all of the enemies away.
Move out my way, peasant.
But yeah, I just wanted to sort of check in on that and just again remind everybody that if this is the type of game that you enjoy playing, then buy it. It deserves to be seen and played and revered. It's fantastic in almost every way, and the music is. I didn't even say on the video, and the music is incredible. It's one of those. I love music in video games, but I very rarely will stick on music from a video game, for example, in the car or at work. I've done it with this game. And I just thought, do you know what? I want to listen to that Partitio's theme. And then I just
Witcher did that for me. I love the Witcher music.
Music is very important, and this game is. If this doesn't win any type of award for soundtrack of the year, then it won't. But they're going to all be wrong. But the other game that I've played actually leads into one of the topics, and it's Resident Evil 4 Remake. So this is a game that I picked on our draft, and a game that's going to win me a whole bunch of points. It's going to win a whole bunch of points. Resident Evil 4, by the way, is one of my favourite-ist ever games.
On the GameCube, wasn't it? Very good.
It was. I mean, it's been on everything by now.
But originally it was like then. I remember playing it then. It was.
It was part of the Capcom 4 or Capcom 5. They were supposed to have, with Beautiful Joe and Killer 7, they were supposed to have a few exclusive Nintendo games that eventually did come to other platforms. But this is getting very, very good reviews. It's currently sitting at a 93 on OpenCritic, which will net me a cool 26 points. Yes, what? It will. It will let me a cool 26 points.
You get double points over 90.
So you get a point for every score over 70, and then over 90 you get 2 points. So
I didn't know that. Okay, so
yes, you did.
I haven't had a single game off my list.
Yeah, but roll the footage. We discussed this when we did this. But yeah,
I definitely knew.
I don't know how familiar you guys are with the Resident Evil franchise, and particularly Resident Evil 4. Are we Resident Evil?
I played 1, 2, play 3. I played 4, and then I played 5. Was 5 the one where you're in like the deserty area?
5. Yes, 5 was that. Yeah, and it had the co-op element to it.
Yeah, and then 6 I played as well, and then I haven't played anything since.
Okay, so I played all of them.
You ready for me?
Yeah.
I've played. Guess. In fact, both of you guess. How many Resident Evil games have I played? Ridges, you go first.
1.
Okay.
None.
Claude, what do you reckon? None. The correct answer was 1.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Wait. Ridges. Which one has he played?
Which one?
He's played Resident Evil 1.
No.
Resident Evil. I'm going to say 6.
Oh, so close,
you played
but it's
the
not
BioShock
correct.
One.
No, I played Resident Evil 5.
I was closer.
Because of the co-op element, of course.
Yeah. I thought it might be that.
And it was when I was in university and my friend loved Resident Evil. He's like, Callum, you'll love Resident Evil. And I played it and I was like, no, I don't. This is rubbish.
But actually,
I've played it for a bit.
I've played Resident Evil 5 and it's not one of my favourites, to be fair. Resident Evil 2 and Resident Evil 4 are my favourites.
I remember playing 5. There's a bit where you're like going through like some sort of like buildings and it's like a giant like zombie monster after you.
Yeah.
For me, I don't think I just remember playing Resident Evil 1 on the PlayStation and that whole. I mean, you watch it now and it looks so silly, but when you stepped into that room and because it's all obviously in the manor, most people have played it, and the door opens and you look and the zombie's just chewing the guy and then turns to you and it's like.
Good impression. That's a really good impression. Clip that. Oh my word. Clip that. You could use that in a game.
It was pretty cool.
I want to try.
So I mean, like, it's been getting really, really, really good reviews, and it's a remake, and it does. I have played the demo because I just wanted to see, how
which characters are in this one? Leon, is it?
Yeah, Leon's in it. And you play the president's daughter for a bit.
Jermaine is Jermaine in it?
Yeah, Jermaine.
Yeah, Jermaine.
Raquel's in it.
Raquel, yeah.
Raquel's she's my go-to girl.
Yeah,
Raquel.
we all like Raquel. Classic Raquel.
It's like Resident Evil. I sort of wanted to just. I'll go back to Resident Evil if I get it and give my score out of 16. Is what we've been doing. We've been given a 16-bit score. But I wanted to sort of lead into a discussion about what, if anything, do you think? Because it's been getting quite a few 10 out of 10s. Do you think any game deserves a 10 out of 10? And what does a 10 out of 10 mean to you?
Oh, that's a tough one.
I have a very strong opinion on it, but I'll let
No, because Richard is thinking. So, Callum, you've got a strong opinion. You may as well go straight in with your strong opinion. And
I mean, it's obvious. The correct answer is no. 10 out of 10 games should not exist. Nothing is 10 out of 10. It's impossible. There's always something wrong with nothing. Nothing is 10 out of 10.
I knew that we would be at odds on this one.
Yeah,
which is why I wanted to bring it up.
I think we've been at odds about this before. Nothing is 10 out of 10. You can't. In fact, I remember the conversation perfectly. You're like, it's 10 out of 10, but the puzzles are average. Well, if the puzzles are average, it's not 10 out of 10. It's 9.5.
No, I mean, it depends. Yeah, it depends. If the puzzles are integral parts of the game and they're average, then yeah, I agree. It's not a 10 out of 10.
No. You are wrong. A 10 out of 10 means across the board, everything is perfection.
No,
there's nothing wrong with it.
This is what a 10 out of 10 means to you, Callum, which is why I brought it up. A 10 out of 10 to you means perfection. So a 10 out of 10,
we're going to fall out.
A 10 out of 10 to me just means it's a cut above the rest. This is as near to perfection as you can get.
No,
otherwise,
you know why you're wrong. Okay, you know why you're wrong. It's because the rating system has gone to pot. We mentioned this a couple of days ago. 7 out of 10 is now the average. Like 7 out of 10 is like you're getting bordering on good. Why? Why is 7 out of 10 good? Why is it not 5 out of 10? Why is 5 out of 10 halfway through 10 not average? If you give a game 5 out of 10, it's bad, isn't it? Yeah, but that makes no sense. There's so many scores underneath 7 that you could give, but no one. You rarely go, oh, it's a 2 out of 10 that game. No one says that. No one else says it. No, I'm sure you do. You probably go 2 out of 10, great game. But like it's ridiculous. Yeah. Unless the rating system was correct, which it isn't. It's flawed. Get it? It is flawed. Until 5 out of 10 is the average mark, 10 out of 10 makes no sense.
Okay. So you have a very strong opinion about 10 out of 10. I feel like 10 out of 10 is necessary because I feel like there are certain games that can't be lumped in with all the 9s. And 9's a very, 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 very good game. But for example, games, for me particularly, like Mass Effect 2, Breath of the Wild, Last of Us 1, these games need that extra point because they are excelling where others haven't in the same way. So
they're perfect games. Perfect games.
But to me, 10 doesn't mean perfect. So this is why I said, what does 10 out of 10
mean? Well, what did you give a perfect game then, Flawed? What would you give? So you're giving...
I don't believe there's any such thing as perfect.
Exactly.
The game. But I do believe that a 10 out of 10 score is necessary, and as I believe that a 16 out of 16 bit.
Ridges, we need your input.
So
go back.
I knew this is why I wanted to go to Callum first because I knew his feelings. I knew they were opposed to mine. So now that you've had a chance to mull over it, and I feel like I didn't properly. I think Callum was more the talkative one on this one. So don't let that sway you, Ridges. What do you think? What does a 10 out of 10 mean to you? And do you agree with me, or do you agree with Callum, or neither, but you have your own opinion on 10 out of 10?
Well, I agree with parts of both of you, if I'm honest.
Oh, boo! He's on the fence. That's even worse.
No, I agree. The rating system is just atrocious. There's too many games that are given a 9. Again, I don't think any game is absolutely perfect, but I agree that 10s have become 10s because they need that little bit extra to prove, to show that these games are a step above the rest. You've said, you've named a few. You forgot God of War and God of War Ragnarok as well, but games like that, they are as near perfect as perfect can be in a game.
Yeah,
they will never be perfect because, well, for me, they are perfect at that time. If you went back to it, they wouldn't be perfect because things have developed and got better. Look at these games you go and play now. There's only a few that haven't. Like, I went back and completed Breath of the Wild the other week. Still, I was like, you know what, I want to start again. Brilliant game. It's astounding how much is still being found out in that game. But no, I do agree. It seems as if every game they just as soon as it comes out, it's given a 7, and then they go, right, what is even better about it, and then they add to it, and it suddenly becomes a 9. And I just think there is a lot of games, and there's a lot of games I play, and I go, this has been given great ratings. It's rubbish. And then there's other ones that I'm not even going to name names because
I don't want to poo on your parade, Richards, but you liked Forspoken.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
Valid point.
And I'm going to finish that game. I'm enjoying it.
No, you're not. No, you're not. There's no way.
You don't finish games.
I have got next week in work and the week 4 days after, and then I've got a weekend where I've got no child and
you're going to spend it playing Forspoken. You're a fool.
Yeah,
Play a good game.
I'm going to spend it playing multiple games.
So I was just thinking while you two were talking, good addition. I was just thinking then while you two were thinking, I was like, I'm trying to think of a piece of media. So I'm going outside of video games now. I'm going TV show. I'm going films.
Yeah.
Is there something I could name that is genuinely a 10 out of 10 piece of perfect media? And I don't know if there is. There's stuff that I adore, I think is absolutely fantastic, but is it perfect across the board? Probably not. I feel like Lord of the Rings, look at Lord of the Rings, okay? Lord of the Rings is an exceptional piece of cinema. There's no denying that. It's won all sorts of, like Return of the King, for example, has won all sorts of awards. The actors won it. The acting in it was fantastic. Was it 10 out of 10? It's close. It's close, but it's not 10 out of 10.
You want to give it 10 out of 10, though. I can see.
Two Towers is better for me.
That's outrageous. What I started to think was, so let's get away from media for a second. What could I give 10 out of 10 to? And I reckon I could give 10 out of 10 to food.
Yeah.
I reckon there's food I could eat and I would go, you know what? I loved it. There was just the right amount there. It was perfect. It tasted incredible. That is a 10 out of 10 meal.
Callum's
and I think I could do it for
roll,
food.
10 out of 10.
There you go. My dad is a caterer. But I think I could give something that I've eaten 10 out of 10. Could I give something that is hours to complete, whether that's a film?
Maybe?
Yeah. An experience. I mean, the Slough day out, 10 out of 10.
11 out of 10.
Although they didn't win. No, 9.5. Not perfection.
But this is what I mean. But it was 10 out of 10. And this is what I'm saying. This is why 10 out of 10 does not need to mean perfection. It can just mean.
But in the conversation we've had about this previously, Flawed, I then questioned you further and I went, okay, forget 10 out of 10. That's a small scale. 100 out of 100. And that's where you start going. So you're saying, oh, well, you need to break the 9 bracket. If something gets a 97 out of 100, that's broken the 90 bracket.
I mean, you have that, don't you? Because you have Metacritic, Open Critic, because obviously they take a plethora of reviews and just that's why you have obviously some outlets do it out of 100, some outlets do it out of 5, some I don't know why I'm calling them outlets, but you get the impression. But
do you not think there are a lot of these reviews? Like I see a lot of them, and they're all pretty much the same. No one's ever really sort of outspoken. They all very much follow the same.
Not always, and I think there's a few divisive games. I mean, Forspoken, there was people that gave that a high reviews. It's just the majority were lower.
Yeah,
I feel like they are
ganging
important
up, bullying the game. They were bully fest.
Oh, I feel like they are important, and I trust them.
Cal, when I finish Forspoken, I'm going to lend it to Laura.
No, don't let her play it. Don't let her love it. Don't let her love it.
You can't let her love it. She won't love it.
She will. She will find it brilliantly.
Can I bring up a game? And once again, I'm going soft. I appreciate we've got none of the episode done so far. But can I go off again on a tangent? Laura said to me, sell Hogwarts Legacy. Don't want to play it anymore. Not enjoyed it.
Wow.
Yep.
Wow.
Yeah, so we might be getting rid of Hogwarts Legacy. It did not tick her boxes. It is not a 10 out of 10. Would be in Flawed's book, obviously, but not a 10 out of 10. Flawed hated it, not liking the story at all. Puzzles, don't get him started on the puzzles. 10 out of 10.
I'll be honest, I lost interest in it. It's a bit repetitive. Lots of people have loved it. I suppose I haven't been I've only dabbled in it an hour here and there. I haven't really, it's not been something that's gripped me. So I haven't played an awful lot of it. But yeah, I could have
traded it in. I could have traded it in with CEX for 45 quid. I bought it for 46. Yeah. Literally the other day, I was like, I could trade it in, basically get my money back. I was like, I don't know. Next day, it's like 38. I was like, no, I've lost £7 and I can't get to a CEX. Oh, it's a nightmare.
Well, you say you've lost £7, but you've played it. Yeah, but you've also played it.
Yeah, I mean, Laura's probably played about 15 hours of it. I've probably played about 2, and it just wasn't for me. I don't know. It wasn't. I think the problem I have with it is I like the Harry Potter series, and I appreciate they're trying to go away from that. But then ultimately, that's the series and the story that I've bought into. It's not just a big building. Which is ultimately what they've gone. They've gone. It's in the same place. You can go to the same places. It's like, I don't know.
I find it a bit like I didn't understand what era it was based in because it's very Victorian-y, and then I thought, then you've also got the whole Fantastic Beasts era, which looks like it's in the same time.
Yeah.
So where's Grindelwald and all that in it? That's where I was kind of like. Why is it a little gnome? No, it's not a gnome. He's
I'm sure some hardcore.
The little gnome. Where is he?
What is he? He's
Goblin.
Goblin. That's it. Yeah, the little gnome, the little magic gnome, the goblin. He's a magic goblin bad guy. Apparently. I mean, the game is stunning. I have to say,
the game does. It does look good. It does look good.
And there's an awful lot of things you can do. I think people can play it and spend time reenacting their ideas and stuff within Hogwarts because you can do an awful lot of things in it. But yeah, I mean, it did better than expected.
Disappointing. I was going to try it. Now I don't really want to.
You can buy it off me for £42.
£42.
That's less than CEX were going to give me. So I'm doing a real deal here.
I could give you my.
Hang on a minute, that's more than TX going to give you. I thought you said £36.
I shouldn't have told you the whole story.
I could give you my sealed copy because I've been playing it on my PC.
Oh my god! Trust Ridgers to have a sealed copy of Hogwarts Legacy, like it's going to be like a collector's item.
Hey, Metroid Prime is sealed.
Metroid Prime is that's a different kettle of fish. Okay, I don't know if Callum's ready with the next segment. He is.
Sure am.
One of the things we have done for guests, and we did it for me as well, was Callum's questions. But somehow we missed Ridgers. We didn't want to do us both at the same time. But we're going to do it today. So are you ready, Ridgers, for Callum's questions?
Ooh, I guess so, yes. Bring them on.
Welcome to Why Callum's Questions. Yeah, well done, me. This week I have on guest Ridgers. Hello, Ridgers. How are you feeling?
Nervous.
Oh my, you should be. Because one thing's for sure, by the end of this minute, we'll know more about you. Hopefully, we have heard you for 18 episodes, so we do know quite a lot already. But hopefully, I'll find out something really interesting about you. So, are you ready, Flawed?
I will be. So we're going to count down from 10, and as soon as I say go. Yeah, we love countdowns on this.
Let's count down from 20, just for fun.
I mean,
20.
Could have done 3, 2, 1.
18. 17. Sorry, you built a rod for your 16, back there. 15. 14. 13. 12. 11.
No, you missed. You missed 10. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
What's your favorite drink?
Coca-Cola.
When are you most productive?
At night time.
What scares you?
Being lonely.
What were you best at school?
Running.
If you could live anywhere in the world, where would you live?
America.
Chocolate or vanilla?
Chocolate.
What's your favourite TV show?
American Office.
What is your best feature?
My beard.
At sunrise or sunset?
Sunset.
Are you happy where you are in life right now?
Oh, that's a dangerous question.
I'm content.
Sorry, there's always one. And finally, I assume, Flawed, is it finally? And finally, if you could be any animal, what would it be and why?
I have no idea.
A deer? You'd like to be a deer?
There you go.
No idea.
That's a classic dad joke, that one. Well done, Richards. That was a good end. So Richards would be no idea.
No idea.
Thank you very much for Callum's questions for the instalment. And thank you, Richards, for answering spectacularly. And we have learned a little bit more about.
Have you really?
Yeah,
we have.
So much.
We have. So, there is some news to go through. We have spent a lot of time dilly-dallying, so I'm going to run through some news. And
we do like to dilly-dally.
We do like to dilly-dally.
We love a good dilly-dally.
We like a dilly-dally.
We're dilly-dallying right now. We're literally dilly-dallying.
We're dilly-dallying about dilly-dallying before we dilly-dally. There is news! Starfield got a release date. It's been delayed, but it's still this year. Xbox confirms a showcase on the June the 11th, which was in the Starfield release date's trailer, including a specific Starfield Direct, which will be after the Xbox showcase, but they will not be on the show floor at E3. Suicide Squad rumoured to have been delayed as well because everyone hates it, but that's not why you're delaying it. They're delaying it to brush some bugs. And Sony and versus Microsoft has been on ongoing war, and it's got to ridiculous levels. And literally, they're playing against each other. They're arguing that what they're strong. I'm strong. They're like playing like the victim, and it's hilariously bad. But it's going to go through. Also, Capcom event, which obviously we've talked about the Resi demo, which was the main headline of that. And also, we had a Mario movie trailer.
The final Mario movie trailer.
Mario movie trailer, which we were going to see. And there has been a bunch of other news, but for now, that is the news. So guys, I'm going to pop off my window, and I feel like we could discuss a lot on all of those. And I feel like we need to pick one particular subject to talk about. And I feel like it should be Activision versus...
Yep, that's what I was picking. Yep. I mean, if we go, I'll do my quick run through of everything. Starfield, yeah, we're expecting it. They're probably getting rid of some bugs. Still coming out this year. Great. They have to get out this year. Don't really care about anything else. We all know the leaks of Xbox and Nintendo and PlayStation not being at E3. It's probably going to happen. Suicide Squad, don't give a crap. Sony versus Microsoft, we'll talk about. Capcom's Capcom. We all know that they're just doing remakes at the moment, mainly. And it's doing well for them. Great. Everyone wants to play a remake. Mario movie trailer, awesome. We have Mario Kart, Rainbow Road. What else do we need?
That's true. I cannot wait for that movie, and it's going to be all the more special watching it for you. I think the Activision Sony one's an interesting one.
Very much so.
I mean, the latest is Sony have turned around and said Microsoft might sabotage the games that they put out on PlayStation. So they might sabotage Call of Duty to perform worse, so people lose interest, and they might do this. And also attached to that, Sony have said they've got $5 billion to spend on acquisitions, and I understand that they can't buy anywhere near as big for that amount.
I just want to say something. If they've got that much money, make some bloody games. Like the PlayStation 5 so far has been a massive, massive letdown. There has been Sony were notorious for being for having PlayStation own exclusive games. They we're talking about the Uncharted, we're talking about the Tomb Raiders, that started off it there, Jack and Dexter, Ratchet and Clank. You can name Gran Turismo. There's so many that you could go through of these games that they've had that were exclusive to PlayStation, which brought people over to them. Now they've got nothing. God of War.
But they have. Let's not. They haven't been firing as regularly, let's say. But they do have some quality titles on there. They haven't really shook off the PlayStation 4 yet. But we also had the rumours, which I didn't include on the docket, so
the Pro,
of the Pro potentially coming out next year.
Well,
and do we really need a Pro?
No, but it would make sense because they released the PS4 Pro just after the PSVR came out to help with the power. They released it about 4 or 5 months later, which would correspond now with the PSVR 2 being released, and they did it to help. They did it to help with the processing of running the.
Are we really in a world where the PS5 shouldn't be able to run everything? Because
exactly.
The PS5 is as big as a spaceship. It should absolutely be able to. Why do we need a Pro version of it? It's not like this is on sale now because it's been out for so many years, and now we need a Pro version. It makes no sense. I wanted to touch upon Call of Duty. I think straight up, why do you need to sabotage it? Because all the sabotage you need to do as Microsoft right now is go, yeah, sure, you can have it, Sony. You sell it for 70 quid. It's on Games Pass for us. Yeah. You come and play it for free on Xbox or spend 70 quid and play it on Sony. You will soon get Call of Duty. After 2 or 3 releases, you'll soon get Call of Duty players going, hold on a second. It's free over here. It's 70 quid over here. I think I might go and buy an Xbox next.
No, you're right. And do you know what? It has got to ridiculous levels where they're like, oh, well, Xbox, obviously, Microsoft saying, oh, Nintendo don't have Call of Duty. They're doing fine. They've got 120 million people. But Sony are like, they're going to kill us off if we don't have Call of Duty. And it's like tit for tat. And Microsoft are making deals. They did a poll here in the UK as well, and every publisher said this deal should go ahead. But it speaks how hard Sony are trying to stop this deal. Speaks volumes. And I've always said Sony bring out fantastic first-party games. That's not denying. But every Sony console that has released have sold over 1 billion units of software. Not off the back of Sony first parties, predominantly off the back of making deals. So they do licensing deals with Call of Duty, which is the biggest worry with the likes of Final Fantasy. All the deals that they do are predominantly third party. Their first parties sell well, but they are bolstered by something like Call of Duty, whereas you get a huge chunk of the audience that plays Call of Duty, solely Call of Duty, and the majority of them on PlayStation. So this deal does worry them, and it worries them a lot because they worry that they're going to lose. A Sony console doesn't release now and not exceed 100 million in sales. If this deal hurts them, they're worried that the next iteration of PlayStation will not do as well, and the amount of investment it goes to put into it.
They need to think. I mean, I think they won. Well, they won the majority of the last generation. The PS4 was brilliant. Xbox Games Pass has just blown it out of the water. You know, the PS4 was pretty good. Had a lot of games that came out with it. I felt the PS5. I was buying games specifically on the PS5 just so I was using it. I bought Elden Ring to play it with yourself on PS5. I could have bought an Xbox because usually what the easiest one I play on and used to. But you know, things like that. Been just to get used to playing it. And I know they've been trying to do their own Games Pass, but again, it's licensing of games and stuff that they're okay.
I mean, the Game Pass hasn't really hit on all cylinders either. Microsoft haven't released a first-party game in. Well, they didn't basically release one the whole of last year. But both have got issues. But the crux of the argument, I think it will go through. Sony have delayed it, if anything. But it does, like I said, speak volumes to how important. Specifically, Call of Duty.
Question. So, if Microsoft don't buy Bethesda,
they did buy Bethesda.
Well, they have, but it's not gone through, is it?
No, Bethesda has.
Activision.
Activision.
Sorry, Activision. Yeah. So, if they don't buy Activision, okay, so they're clearly looking to sell because they need money. If no one buy it, if Sony buy it, obviously Microsoft will then go, well, you said it, blah, 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 blah. And if no one buys them, they go under.
No. They
right. Would you rather one gaming company buys it, like a big one, like a Sony or Microsoft, and it does well, and they still sell it, let the other one use it? Or would you rather it just not exist?
I mean, this is what they're doing. So I'd rather, obviously, they stay. I mean, I'm not a big Call of Duty fan. I don't really care who buys them or what. And I'm invested in it very little. What I would say is, like, Microsoft are bending over backwards to get this deal done. They've committed to putting 10 years worth of Call of Duty not on the Switch, on Nintendo platforms. They've also said they will get a version on the Switch, which makes sense. But they've said they're going to put it on Steam. They're basically going to put it everywhere. They're going to put it everywhere. They said they have offered the same deal to Sony, and Sony have turned it down and basically said, "Don't want to do a deal with you." This was the rumor. Don't want to do a deal with you. I just want to stop you doing that deal. How true that is? Again, it's very sort of schoolyard, sort of like little, just on the world stage, like a little argument on the schoolyard on a world stage where they just go,
like you said, they were doing deals. If you played Call of Duty on PlayStation, you got maps 2 weeks before they came out on whatever and stuff like that. So
Sony aren't a stranger to making deals to stop things going on Game Pass.
I don't know whether this is relevant at all, but like talking about sort of PlayStations as a casual gamer myself, when do we reckon the PS6, the hypothetical PS6, would come out? 3 years?
2027.
2027, okay. I'm not buying that. But I'm not buying that. This is the end of my console gaming as an adult. Don't get me wrong. My intention in the not too distant future is to buy a PC. So that will in effect become my console. I know it's not a console, but you know what I mean. That'll probably be where I game. But I think my journey with PlayStation's done. Like I used to play an awful lot of FIFA and that sort of games on, which I don't enjoy anymore. It's just as simple as that. I just don't enjoy it as a game. I feel remorse every time I buy that game. When we're talking about big releases, I appreciate what you're saying. They do release a lot of games. But since I have bought that console for however much I bought, was it 500 quid? I have probably wholeheartedly enjoyed less than 5 games on it. and that's pretty atrocious. And I appreciate I'm a casual gamer, and I'm not someone who buys every new release that comes out. But I spent a lot of money on this console, and I have not got enough enjoyment out of it.
Can we guess the 5 games?
Probably. Yeah, probably quite. And if I'm honest with you, I'd probably forget them off the top of my head.
Ratchet and Clank?
Yeah, that is definitely one. That's probably my favourite. Love Ratchet.
Yeah, but actually, that was a great game. But there has been great games. There has been great games. So I mean, I don't
but is it enough? Is it enough to justify that?
But this is it. So if you're I think even if you're a hardcore PlayStation, I would consider myself a hardcore gamer, not necessarily a hardcore PlayStation fan. And even I've struggled to find stuff to play on it at times, and unless I am predominantly third party.
I mean, it's the same with Xbox, though, isn't it? Like you both touched upon it. We're very much pooping on PlayStation at the moment, but Xbox has equally not been very good. Xbox has had an open goal really to score through for the last year or so, and they haven't, have they? In reality, the biggest releases in the last sort of 12 months were like comfortably Elden Ring, which you could play on both platforms, and God of War. Now, obviously, God of War was PlayStation exclusive, so I suppose you could maybe lean towards
the
PlayStation.
So a lot of them are, that's what I'm saying. A lot of them are leaning on third party at the moment, but both of them are leaning on third party heavily to bolster their ranks. Obviously. I don't know, but also they raised. Let's not forget they raised the price of the PlayStation 5 and then found a truckload of, more than a truckload, trucks and truckloads of PlayStation 5s to start churning out, and it did diminish sales. Sales exploded because suddenly people could buy them without scalping. So they've gone up like 300% in the UK.
The increased price is still cheaper than scalping.
Yeah, but this is it. It was played so devilishly, should I use that word? But they upped the price. They didn't need to. It costs less for them to produce now. But they thought this is a good opportunity, good business opportunity, and fair play. It worked. Up the price, then up production, and now they're selling 300% more. For example, in the UK. At a higher price. Now, it's already a high price. The PSVR 2 is at a high price. A theoretical PS5 Pro, that's going to be eye-wateringly expensive.
Yeah.
Can we really afford it? Like, we're in potentially a recession. And
we are in recession.
And it's still doing like fantastically well. It's like they're like rubbing their hands gleefully, and so it's difficult to see, and I feel like we're going to be in a place where PS6 comes out, and it's going to cost you £700-800 English pounds to buy one, and I don't think that's a reality that we can discount. I feel like it's already at a high price. They've upped it. They've sort of slowly but surely increasing the price, and now you can see obviously Xbox and Nintendo started to think, well, hang on a minute. Sony were the first to up the prices to $70. Or £70 in the UK. They upped the price of the console. Microsoft has sort of followed through. Nintendo are like, let's up the price of Zelda to $70. It hasn't really gone up here in the UK, and we have talked about bargains and getting it. Of course, that exists, but this is the suggested retail price. Look, it's getting expensive, but they're just dripping it, and it's good. That's why I don't think a PS6 future of like £700-800 is beyond the.
They've always got a lot of money out of UK with, if you ever think about like.
Well, it's their main market. It's one of their biggest markets.
But I mean, price wise, you used to look at things and it'd be, I don't know, say it's 549 here, 549 quid. It'll be $529, just cheaper slightly, and it's also cheaper if they were to convert. Do you know what I mean? If you convert their money, if we were to convert our money to $529, back then it was significantly less. Yeah, now it's not, and then they've gone, we're not making the margin in the UK anymore, so their prices are going up to kind of correspond to that margin that they were missing out on, I think.
I think they're playing it cleverly, but it's interesting to see a world where they are playing like they are not the big dogs and trying to act like we don't do this. We're looking at this deal. We don't like. Would we make deals? So obviously there's Microsoft have said they've got to sort of announce. Well, the judges sort of said they've got to reveal some of their backroom shenanigans. Where have they kept things off Microsoft Game Pass, for example? Have they paid for exclusive deals? And sort of reveal more around the financials of what they've been doing, which is again another scary thing.
Definitely,
Deathloop was they did a deal for that. They did a deal for Ghostwire Tokyo, but there's a studio now owned by Microsoft. But Microsoft honoured that deal and allowed them to put it on there. Anyway, we are going into the weeds with this. So I do want to try to, I don't know, wrap it into a nice bow. Maybe. Can we do that?
I think it's been well wrapped.
You think it's been
well wrapped? Yeah, I think we talked about that well. We offered many different opinions.
Yeah.
All in all, great discussion, gang.
Great discussion. So you know what that means, though. It means we're towards the end of the show, and towards the end of the show, we like to do something.
Who? It's a mini game.
It's a mini game.
Who?
Welcome to the minigame segment of the show.
You practiced that, didn't you?
Mm-hmm. At Slough, we're singing it. They're all really confused.
We were. That's now a Slough chant. If you go to a Slough game, they go.
They'll go minigame.
Minigame. Nobody knows what it quite means, but their tails are long and.
They'll love it though. They'll love it.
But yeah, so this week's mini game is called Zoomed. So,
what?
Zoomed.
Zoomed, ED at the end.
Yeah, zoomed.
So not Zoom, zoomed in the past.
Zoomed.
So it's already happened. Interesting.
No. So you're not thinking about it along the right lines, but
I'm intrigued.
But I am going to share my screen as I do with some of these mini games.
I think I know what the game's going to be, everyone. I think I know what it's going to be. It's going to be something that Floyd's going to tell us about. Because if I'm right, it'll ruin it.
It's a pimple.
I knew it! I called it! It's going to be zoomed in pictures.
Zoomed in pictures!
Yeah!
So they're zoomed in pictures, and then you are going to call out when you think you know who it is.
Is that Raquel off Resident Evil 5?
Again, Raquel, it is. It's not Raquel. So yeah, you could guess, or you can.
Are they games characters?
They are. Well, yes, they are.
Okay.
They're not just like my auntie.
I know what this one is already.
But what guess then?
It's Bayonetta.
It is Bayonetta. Well done. So 1-0. Ready? Okay, here we go. This is question 2.
This is the one.
Oh.
Link.
No.
I don't know.
Is it Ellie from Last of Us?
No.
Oh.
Can you see me zooming out, by the way?
Yes.
Yeah.
The
okay,
green
good.
eye. Oh, is it Aloy from Horizon?
It is Aloy. Well done.
That is a good guess.
That was a good guess.
I know her as well.
You do know her.
Yeah.
Well, you know...
Personally, yeah.
Oh, no.
No, I think he's going to have to do this for every one because you can't zoom in without.
I know. That's it. So sorry.
How many questions are there?
There are 10.
Oh,
we get through them. Don't worry.
If I get 6 in a row right, we'll just call it quits.
Okay. Ready?
Oh.
Some hay.
Oh, it's Kratos.
It's Kratos.
I was convinced it was some hay.
I mean, it could have been.
I mean, yeah, it took me a little bit then to figure out what it was. It's Kratos.
This is awful.
Do.
Actually, I put a little bit of it. This one, I think Callum will get.
No, I'm not.
I don't know. If Callum doesn't get this,
oh no,
I'm gonna eat my hat.
Oh no.
You don't have a hat.
Oh yeah. Okay, here we go. Question 4.
Oh.
Obviously, you can guess Ridges as well.
Yeah, but I don't know what it is. Oh, it's someone celebrating.
Oh, someone from
Pickford.
Slough. Oh, it's Scotty Davis. Yes,
Scotty Davis.
Go on, Scotty.
I hadn't a clue.
Video game hero Scott Davis off of Slough Management.
It was. Okay, here we go again. We're going again. It's 3-1.
I feel like you might have given that one to me a little bit.
I thought it's just appropriate. That's all.
Yeah,
I was gonna go JoJo.
Kirby.
No, it's not Kirby.
Oh, oh no! I'm gonna keep going a minute. It's Luigi.
It is Luigi.
Oh, come on.
Go on, Cal. You know Luigi.
I know who he is, not from that picture. How did you know that was Luigi?
I had to wait a little bit just to see the mustache was only 2 curls rather than 3.
Okay, here we go. Here's another one.
And I saw a bit of green.
And, can you see it?
It's a crack.
What's his name? What's his name?
Ooh.
The Kraken. Oh, Geralt of Rivia.
It is Geralt of Rivia.
Sake.
I saw the medallion.
I thought it was the moon.
I thought you would get that one, Callum.
I thought it was the moon.
Oh, brilliant. Okay, here we go. This one. We're going again. Who's that?
All I can see is yellow.
Pac-Man.
It's Pac-Man.
I was like, it's either Pac-Man or Pikachu.
I thought you would guess a yellow character.
It was just yellow.
Okay, here we go. We're going again. Any ideas?
I think Callum's already guessed this before. I'll let him guess. He's already said the name.
Kirby.
It's Kirby.
Yeah, it's
Kirby.
That doesn't even count because we're just got that before me as well. That was Slough's manager, for heaven's sake.
I think we've got a couple more, so we may as well just do them.
Kirby.
Oh, I can't see anything yet.
Geralt of Rivia.
No, it's Joel from The Last of Us.
It's Joel.
You've got to be joking. How on earth have you got it from that?
You're very good at this game.
The scar on his nose.
You've got an excellent memory. I did these and I couldn't remember what he was. Okay, fine. Here we go. We got the last one then. Last one.
It'd be cool if that was the last one, The Last of Us. You know,
I'm not that clever. Okay, last one.
Can't see it. Ooh.
Can you see it now?
Yes, very blurred eyes. It's not who I think it is. Is it Hitman? Agent 17.
No.
Shepard.
Oh no, I knew it. Oh, I knew it.
It's Shepard. Yeah, it is Shepard.
I knew it.
Well done, Ridges. I mean, that was an impressive display. How quickly you got some of those. Like, was
10 out of 10 quiz.
No, it was 9 out of 9, wasn't it? You got one right.
Oh, yeah.
10 out of 10 quiz. That's the rating I'm giving.
Oh. Like I said, my guess was Jojo for the Slough guy. Well, actually, I thought it was Jordan Pickford at first.
It does look a bit like Jordan Pickford.
Yeah.
Oh dear me. Well,
I've never felt more sad after a minigames. That went well.
To be absolutely fair, like that was incredible. That how quick I anticipated I'd zoom out a little bit more, and you'd both recognise the character at the same time, and then it'd just be who got there first.
I apologise.
I didn't even need to zoom out on some of these pictures. It's just like, oh, I recognise that pixel. I think Ridges has done a lot of zooming in on games. I believe that's what it is. It's particularly zoomed in on Geralt.
It's green like here.
Well, you'll find that I don't complete games because I spend a lot of time exploring and looking at how what the game looks like. So I notice a lot of detail.
Fair play. Well done. I mean, I was quite chuffed with that mini game when I put it together, and you destroyed it in seconds.
Well done. Got to try and get some time back.
Take back the crowd. Callum did win the last mini game, so you've taken
the
crowd. You did, yeah.
Yeah, you did, yeah.
Did I?
You did, yeah. You did, yeah.
No, I didn't.
You actually did.
No, you did, yeah.
What? How do I not remember this? What was it?
Re-roll the footage. You did definitely win the last mini game.
I have no recollection of this.
Yes.
Sorry.
But yeah, so that
in your face, Ridges. I beat you one time.
To be fair, you started off really well. You won a few games to begin with, and then Ridges took a commanded lead, and then Double O was our first. We still haven't had a guest win their first ever appearance, but Double O is our first ever guest to win it. We're trying to make it more elusive. But we will have more, and we are
so much more.
Very thankful if you could. We would be very thankful if you could like, subscribe, and comment as well.
We very much should have said that earlier. I think in hindsight, we maybe should have said that like right at the start.
Yeah, we probably should have done.
We very much appreciate everyone hitting our 100 subscribers. We'd like to make that 150.
Triple
by
that.
Tonight. By tonight, if that could happen. We're not even going to put this video up tonight, but if we could hit it by tonight, that would be ideal.
But thank you. So let's just go. Ridges, where can we find you?
You can find me on Twitch, /Ridges. You can find me on the YouTubes if you want any pack openings, and you can find me here.
Excellent. And Callum.
Why Callum on Twitch? Why Callum on Twitter? That's about it, really. In this chair, mainly.
Fair play. And that's it. And that's it from us for another episode of 16-Bit Rivals. We will join you for another episode soon. We love you.
Bye-bye.
Do the thing. Bye.